let's just cut to the chase, friends. While the rest of the world is getting ready to see Black Panther Wakanda Forever in a few months, I've got my eyes set to the movie right after it, Ant-Man Quantumania. Why should I care about the third movie in the Ant-Man trilogy? Oh, because that's where Ant-Man is gonna die, and I'm about to prove it to you. Hello, Internet! Welcome to Film Theory, where the smallest details transform into huge pieces of evidence. Case in point, today's episode. You see, even before this year's Comic-Con, it'd been pretty well established that Kang the Conqueror was going to be the MCU's next Thanos-level overarching threat. There's been no shortage of articles and interviews confirming that when it comes to Marvel, this is the guy that you're going to need to watch out for. And now that the next Avengers movie is straight up called the Kang Dynasty, forget about it. Case closed. So far, we've only gotten our first tease of Kang in the MCU as this big, overexcited exposition dump during the final episode of Loki. But in the comics, he's actually a multiversal warmonger, a guy who lives with the unlimited lives cheat code on. Not only does Kang have infinite violent variants floating around the infinite timelines, Kang's future technology is so advanced that he's able to transfer his consciousness to a new body at the moment of his death. The dude's like Rick Sanchez minus the existential apathy. And don't get me wrong, a citadel of Ricks versus Avengers showdown is certainly interesting in theory, but it ultimately might ring hollow if there's no stakes behind it. Thanos wasn't just an era-defining villain because he was powerful. If we learned anything from that galaxy-brained grimace, a box office mega-villain needs to earn their place by altering the status quo drastically. They need to prove that they're an existential threat to our favorite plot-armored heroes. They need to make our blood boil with the rage of revenge and the fear of loss. In short, someone's gotta get dusted. Kang has to prove himself as the next major threat by killing off a beloved hero. And that hero is gonna be Ant-Man. Yep, I predict that Ant-Man, in the final movie of his trilogy, is gonna get exterminated like a bug. Which, you know, it's fitting. First, let's start things off by examining the general story structure of the MCU.
No, you can't get to the end until you've been changed by the journey.
Thanks for that, Kang. See, this guy knows what he's talking about. No, I mean absolutely no disrespect to Stan Lee stands by saying this, but the MCU runs on